Created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Packers. Sony Michel with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Prescott. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
But you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now. Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On second down, Michel. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Bang, 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 bang. Get 300, get 300. 52, by 52.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Michel. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Sony Michel, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Nixon will try the right side. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Rashawn Gary on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
On the rep, let's go right here.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Kill.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Hey, Mike's 50.
On 1st and 10, Prescott steps away to his left. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. The 30. Past the 20. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
It shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over. And he's into the clear. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bullet good on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Here we go. 46. 7's a Mike.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go, go, go. Get out there, get out there. Here we go, 47, 26.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Gun.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First down, Cincinnati.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Packers' 38-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch twins.
Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here we go. Come on, right in.
Mike 54. Let him know, let him know. Let him know.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here we go. Come on, right in.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Swear. Hey.
Check.
47.
Check out.
46.
On 2nd down, Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. Bullock's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Rodgers. And connecting here with DJ Shark. 16 yards, a first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Green 18. Notice 50. Hey, you block over here.
On first down, Rodgers. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
He's checking. Crash.
Wipe up.
They'll run with Michelle. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Take 30.
37's the Mike. Mike 37. Let's go, team.
Hey, Charlie.
It's going to be a long day.
Green again.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Packers. DJ Chark, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Prescott. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. 12 yards there and a first down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Prescott off play action. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Prescott. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Prescott now. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Sam Cook now, standing just outside his own goal line. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Packers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. On the ground, Michel. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Michel. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's second and 10 at the 34-yard line.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Lucky. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. No. Off.
150.
Kill. Turn it up.
22 jet bomber.
Switch. Hey.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 3rd and 10. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 31, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Back to the ground on 1st down, Edmonds. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.